Привет from Moskva, the capital of Russia. We're finally here after maybe 2 or 2.5 weeks of being around different smaller areas of Russia. Super excited to be here. And now it's really nice weather, blue sky, but you'll notice we're dressed really heavily because the weather here has been really weird for summer. It's actually been quite similar to Sydney's cold winter weather actually. It's been raining, cold, but yeah, today's been quite lucky. So right now I'm in front of a few different cathedrals and churches and I thought it'd be a really interesting view for people who are interested. Okay, so behind me is the Assumption Cathedral. So the Assumption Cathedral was the major church of the state in which all Russian Tsars were crowned. That's a pretty cool cathedral. So it's from around over 500 years ago. And I was so excited to go past it because I could just imagine all of the Tsars before that they were anointed, just walking in, being nervous and excited and going in and becoming the Tsar of Russia and then leaving and having that completely new identity, and wow, how exciting. Okay, then after that we went to this building behind us, which is the, I don't know how to pronounce this, it's either Archangel or Archangel's Cathedral. I'm sorry, I don't have any affiliation with religion, so I don't know what's correct. But please correct me if I'm, So basically this cathedral was used, Ryan! This cathedral was used as a burial vault for Moscow's great princes, appanage princes, and Russian Tsars. I don't know what an appanage prince is and what the difference is, but yeah. So we went in there, it was super cool, bunch of old vaults of old Tsars, and I asked women that worked there, where's my Tsarina Zakar? She said there was a separate burial place for the women and it was demolished during Stalin times, which then makes me think, oh my gosh, so during the Kremlin must have had so many more things inside it which are now just not here. Interesting, cool. Now, this amazing and beautiful cathedral is called the Annunciation Cathedral, and it was built in 1484 to 1489 by craftsmen, and it was the home church of Moscow great princes and later Russian Tsars. And I was guessing home church just might mean a private church, and that's correct. So we went in and it was actually surprisingly quite small, but we think a lot of it was just, boarded off for tourists not to go into. And it essentially was acting as a private church purely for Tsars, which I thought was ridiculous because it looks like it cost a lot of money and a lot of time to make, and just for a few small handful of people. Makes me sad because I feel like that money could have been distributed better. Yeah, and then that yellow and white building behind that is the armory, which holds all of a huge collection of thousands of amazing jewellery and carriages and armour, and it was simply incredible. We had to line up for over an hour this morning just to get a ticket to get in. It was really stupid. Anyway, we went in and it was super overwhelming, but I'd highly recommend it. It's a really, really gorgeous place. It just shows you how wealthy this nation once was and how opulent and grand everything was. Past these trees, I do think there is the Red Square. The Red Square is where the very famous St. Basil's Cathedral lies, which is that gorgeous red, blue, green, yellow, white spiraled cathedral that everyone thinks of when they think of Russia. That's it. So after Moscow we're going to go to St. Petersburg, which we're so excited about, and that's the last city that we'll be visiting while we're in Russia. Any thoughts, anything to add, Ryan? How are you finding Russia?
Yeah, it's cool. Lots of impressive buildings.
Yeah, we think Moscow's actually quite safe. I would actually say it's safer than Rome. So yeah, please come to Moscow. It's really safe and clean, and yeah, it's just like any other major city. It's really gotten a really bad reputation, I feel, in Australia. It really doesn't deserve that reputation. It's great, you should come see it. The only thing is there's a bunch of construction everywhere, so it's really difficult at times as a pedestrian to get across. You want to cross the road, forget it. You have to spend 10 minutes trying to find a loop to take you under the ground to cross the road because you can't just walk the streets because there's nothing for pedestrians. Okay, yeah, the food's been fantastic. We're kind of sick of Russian food. We've been having a lot of Georgian and Azerbaijani food, and that's been delicious. Yeah, see you next time. So we just walked around the corner and stumbled upon the biggest bell in the entire world. So I thought I'd have to film it for you guys. This is located next to the Ivan the Great Bell Tower, which is just above here, which, Ryan, pan to the tower, please. Thank you. Thanks, cameraman. That was the tallest tower in all of the Kremlin, and before the 20th century it was actually forbidden to build anything else that was higher than that. So a quick story about the bell. Why is there a big chunk missing? When it was being forged, it came into contact with water, which devastatingly led to a big chunk of it being shattered and falling off. And yeah, if you want to come see the biggest bell in the world, come to Moscow. Привет from Krasnaya Ploshchad, which translates to the Red Square. So yesterday we were at the Kremlin, which is just over behind those red walls over there. And right next to it is the lovely Red Square with these amazing monuments. You've got some towers connecting to the Kremlin wall, then to the right, the amazing historical museum, then some random churches that are quite pretty, and then the GUM department store, which has decided to light up and be like a Christmas tree, and so pretty and but also weird. And then last but certainly not least, you have the iconic St. Basil's Cathedral. Very cool. We actually can go inside it apparently, so we might do that tomorrow. And yeah, after this, tomorrow at midnight we're catching a train to St. Petersburg, so see you then.